don't know how long exactly the stream is going to end up actually going. It's more of a test than anything else, but we'll see. Give it a few seconds. Okay. I'm just gonna go through all of Akuma's moves. We're gonna look through his moveset, and I'm gonna just show how to do all of them. So, first of all would be Go Hadouken, or just Hadouken. You're gonna make, well, it's kind of self-explanatory, you can see it on the thing. It's gonna go down, forward, and then punch. You're gonna want to press punch right after or almost during the scoop towards the, so depending on where you are, it's just going to be towards the opposite player. So down, forward, or down to the right, and then from here it's going to be down, then to the left scoop. And that one's probably the easiest one, in my opinion, of his abilities. Next up on his abilities will be Zanku Hadouken, which is the same thing, but in air. Now for this one, it's a little more complicated. It's going to take just about everybody a few tries to get it, but pretty much it's the same thing, but you just have to swipe up really quick right before you do it. So you're going to swipe up, down, scoop, and give me a second. I'm also not great at it. But that one's pretty simple. Same thing with the first Hadouken. I forgot to mention this, but depending on which button you press, it'll change the speed of it. You very barely notice it, but it does in fact change the speed. So square being light punch will go slowest. Triangle being medium punch will go mediumest. And it is, yeah, I agree. Lastly, R1. It's just going to be a simple scoop towards, same thing. It will be the fastest out of all of them. You can do the same thing with the in-air ones. I think, yeah. It does the same things. It's definitely a little harder though, because you have to move a little faster and kind of just adjust your finger a little bit differently. Now, next up will be Shakunetsu Hadouken. So this one is a little harder to execute when actually in battle, because you have to, it'll be towards them, half scoop back, so it's gonna be like that, followed by punch. So, forward, half scoop back, punch. This one will also be faster or slower depending on which one you choose. This one does, in fact, I think, here, let's see. How much damage does that do? Damage, 7.7. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure how to measure the damage regarding all that, but it might change. Go Shoryuken will be the next one. This one, it's a little confusing to execute this one actually in battle, since it is an up-close attack. It's an uppercut. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, that one is an uppercut. It does 3 hits total if you can hit them all. It is a little hard to do in battle, so I would suggest doing it quickly. What's the difference between that and the normal fireball? I believe the fireball does more damage. I can't be absolutely sure, though I do know it. Here, if you look, that one just does the hit, but the fireball actually does end up knocking them down. So it gives you a few seconds and is good to set up combos. So for example, as I was saying earlier with the uppercut, where you kind of have to find a good moment to slip it in, if you can execute this one properly, you can then easily follow up with the uppercut while they're getting up. Next up will be Tatsumaki Zankuin Zankukyaku. Goodness, the names are getting more and more insane. This one is probably one of my favorites. It's just going to be down, scoop, away, followed by a kick. This one will change distance depending on which kick. Light kick being X will do that. Medium kick being circle will go that far. And the hard kick will be R2, and it'll go a lot further. It is probably one of my favorite knockdowns. Okay, next will be Airborne Tatsumaki Zankukyaku. It's the same spinning kick, but in air. You can see it. That one is good for defending people in air. So some characters, such as 12, will hold a lot of air. So having this one ready is good. Just for self-defense purposes. Okay. Now getting into the more complicated ones, Ashura Senku. It pretty much for that one, it's gonna look a little confusing when you first look at it. Though it says 2 punches or 2 kicks. It doesn't mean you double punch or double kick. It's gonna be pressing 2 punches or 2 kicks at the same time. So you press punch, light punch and hard punch, or light punch and beanie punch, or medium punch and hard punch at the same time. So as I said, the Z, and that is what this move is gonna do. It's really good. Okay, I suck at doing it backwards for some apparent reason, but I can fairly easily do it forwards. There we go. It is a great distance claiming ability. Here, one second. Let me move him away. Nope. There we go. It is really good if you're stuck in a corner or you're trying to get something ready and it's not quite prepared yet and you want to get out of the way. Yeah, he just shadow dashes. It's one of my favorite ones of his abilities. It's a little confusing to understand when you first look at it, for sure, but once you understand that 2 punches does not mean double punch, it means pressing 2 punches at the same time, it'll be a lot easier to understand. Now, I don't know exactly what the difference between the kick and the punch version of it is, but I think the kick goes shorter distance than the punch. Next will be Hikashi. This one is a very good ability regarding distances because you can then add on other stuff to it. So this will be a little confusing to look at the first time. You see that letter N, just the letter N. After Hikashi, it says that N just means leaving it as is after doing Hikashi. So it's really not necessary to see it there at all, but pretty much it's just saying that after you execute Hikashi, that you just don't press anything else afterwards. It's just Hikashi by itself. That's what it's saying. After Hikashi, you can then do a punch or a kick. You can add a punch, which will make Hikashi Gosho, which will then kind of punch him from the sky down, or Higaki Gojin, which will then kick him from the sky down. So combining those two will then end up looking something like this. Sorry, wait, no. You'll have to give me a second. Yeah, there we go. That'll be using the kick right afterwards. Using punch right afterwards will look like that. It's a very small difference, but it does add extra damage from what I can remember. This one right here, Hyaki Gosai, that one also looks confusing. The L next to the punch just means it's light punch. The L next to the kick just means it's light kick. L kick means light kick. M kick means medium kick, and H kick. So if you just do light punch and light kick, it does this. It does a throw. And then to throw them backwards, what you'll do is you'll kind of walk backwards while you're about to throw them. It'll throw them the other way. If you're not moving, sometimes it'll do something else, depending on which character. I do not think Akuma has a standing still one. But if you combine it with this, you gotta get the distance right. It'll throw them while you're in the air. which is a lot of fun to do. You just feel... feels good. Anyways, next we're going to go through his insane amount of super abilities. So super arts, we got super art 1. There's 2 versions of it. It's just going to be whether it's in the air or on the ground. I believe I have super art 1. Yeah, I think I have that one right now. So that one will just be forward, and then punch. This one, to master a super art, really all you have to do is kind of swipe between down and forward. So you're just going to kind of go like that, and then press punch. Eventually you'll get it. It takes a minute though. You can also do his super in the air. Like that. I will now switch out to the other ones of his supers. Change character. We're gonna just go change character. Oh, also another thing, while we're here, you can change the color of your character based off of which button you use to press the character. So, for example, if I were to press square, it would be the main color that you're supposed to choose. That, like the main color of Akuma. But if I were to press, for example, R1 or circle, it would be a different color entirely. We're gonna go Nisatsu Goryoshi. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do the second one now. Yeah, you see it comes out gray when it's auto pressing, but if you remember, I had a purple one with red skin and red hair. That's the special one. For the special color, you have to press square, R1, and circle all at the same time to select the special skin. It'll look different on different characters. For example, on 12, it makes him gold. On Urine, it'll make him bright red. Now, for this special move, here, we'll have to load it up. We can look at some other abilities while we load it up. I think we've got them all the basic abilities down. Yeah, it's just going to be the super arts left. Now, if you look at the second to last super art, you see how it says max at right there? It means you have to load up both of the bars. You'll see at the very bottom of the bar, it'll have a 2 over and a 0. It means you can load up that bar twice. For those 2 super abilities, you'll have to load up the bar all the way. It'll have to be max filled up. Give me a second. Oh, by the way, the taunt. The taunt will be R1 and R2 pressed at the same time. His taunt will actually... Well, first of all, if I do it next to someone, it doesn't do anything. Sometimes some characters, their taunts will actually do damage. Akuma's taunt will load up the level of stun in his next hit, from what I can remember. Akuma does not do a lot of stun in the first place, though, anyways. Let's see. So his ability... This one is gonna be a sort of spinning uppercut. The closer you are, the better for that one. I forgot which one we clicked on. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, 2 seconds. Okay. For the final 2 abilities, I will go through the third super art. It's that spinning kick, but fancier, I suppose. We'll do Shun Goku Satsu first. It'll be light punch, forward, and then light kick, and then hard punch. That one takes a minute to master. What you're gonna do to get it, though, is just take it in sections. So light punch, forward. You can hear me? You're just gonna do that for a minute. And then once you do that, you will then do light hit, hard punch. Then once you combine it, it'll look like this. He will sail across the screen and just auto kill. It's really cool. And then if you are in an actual match, if you do that ability, the finish will look really, really interesting. I'll actually have to find it. I'll do that in the end. Okay. Next, lastly, besides the basic attack, yeah, pretty much, unless they do a kick at like a very well-timed attack, it won't be able to block it. Lastly, we'll do Kongo Kurietsu Zan, which is not actually that hard. It's even easier if you use the arrows instead of the actual joystick to do it. You're just going to press down 3 times and then 2 of the punches at the same time. So this one is an up-close one, but it looks really cool. I forgot it was an up-close one. I should have done that closer. Give me a second. But pretty much for both of those attacks, if you finish off whoever you're fighting in an actual match with those attacks, it'll look a lot different than it normally does. Here. Okay, there we go. It's a good one. Okay, now I'll go to the actual match so you can see the fact that it actually really does look different. We'll do the special skin. I'll also show the last one since we're on it. I'll have to give it a few seconds because I don't actually have another controller with me right now. Let me see. Try to do any tournaments. Unfortunately, due to the fact I do not have the you have to have the PlayStation Premium to be able to do online stuff on this. I have done tournaments on other people's stuff, and I thought it was a lot of fun, but I'm not able to on this, unfortunately. Now, let's finish this off. Just have to be careful not to accidentally kill him before the very final part of the match, because I would actually like to be able to actually do the super.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Let's see. Here, I'll just charge it up with this. This actually does charge your super. Though I want to get him on the brink of life, so I actually kill him with this super ability. I can't remember how much damage it takes out. I think it takes around half of the damage out, so I'll get him just below half. Right there should be fine. Okay. So we're gonna do the one where he sails across the screen. I cannot remember what it's called. We're just gonna do that. Give me a second. There we go. It looks so good. I love doing that one.
All right, that's cool.
Now, I can't remember per se whether the other ability also did that. I'll check though. Give me a second. I think this controller's charged. Okay, give me a second. There we go. I think we're back. Okay. Nah, what were we gonna do? Okay, we're gonna do the other ability. Gotta charge it up. Now the thing with Akuma is he does give out a lot of damage, but he has one of the lowest HPs in the whole game. And he gets stunned very quickly and very easily. Okay. I'll make sure I don't accidentally kill him. Takes me a second sometimes. Ah, crud. Okay, we'll charge it up over here. Yeah, glass cannon. Very, very much glass cannon. Same thing with Makoto. She's got even less HP. I think she only has 1,000. This might take a second. Regarding some of the other characters, I know Hugo and Q are the two with the highest HP in the game. Q, if he uses his buffs, has the highest HP in any of the games ever. Ryu and Ken have fairly mid, and the worst two would be 12 and Makoto. They have the lowest HP. I think 12 has 1,200, and Makoto has only 1,000. Akuma, I would say Akuma is one of my mains for sure. Just wanna like, ugh. There we go. There we go. Oh, looks good. Looks good. Akuma is one of them. I would say I also like Q a lot. Q, Akuma, and here, let me see. Back. I do play Remy an unusually large amount. So it'll be... Yeah, okay. It'll be Q, Urine, Akuma, Remy a very little bit. I always liked 12, but he's probably the worst character in the game. He does no damage, and he takes an insane amount. Some characters with really good abilities, I would say Elena with her healing ability, and Oro with, just because of his supers, they're just kind of insane. Actually, we can do this one, because I want to show an interesting combo I found. Oro's a fairly middle HP character. So, looking through Oro's abilities, we can see he's got a fairly large amount. For his super arts, I feel like Ryu is one of the easier characters. He's got a fairly medium HP, but fairly high damage. For Oro, a good couple of his abilities are kind of those hold one position, swipe to the other. So if you look at the top one, Nichiren Sho, it's the white means you charge, you like hold that direction, and then quickly switch the other direction, followed by punch right there. So it'll be walking back for a few seconds, forward punch. Walking back for a few seconds, forward punch. Now, same thing with the second one, it'll be holding down for a few seconds, up punch. Or it may have been kick, let me check. No, it is punch. Give me a second. Sometimes the ones where you have to hold down are kind of funky. This one is a good one. Here, let me see. If I can get it to work. Sometimes it hates me. You have to make sure not to just let it sit back in the original position. You do have to jump. He is, in fact, missing an arm. There we go, I got it to work. But, fun thing about his missing arm, one of his abilities... Let me see which one it is. Yagyu Odama. Right there. If you look at Yagyu Odama, the one I chose, I think it may have been... I'm not sure which one I chose at this point. It's forward punch, but if you do both punches on just about all of his attacks, actually, all of his super arts, if you do double punch and instead of just one punch, first of all, it does have to be max, but if you do double punch, it will do a different version of that ability. So, give me a second to charge it up. I did get it to work. It's like a spinning uppercut. So this one's also kind of hard to get to work. You do kind of want to knock somebody out for that, but it does have some bit of forward So it is a good one for in-air defense. Next will be the forward scoop one for his kick. It's such a good one. It goes right across the map. It's good for knocking someone down right before doing this one. Sorry. This one. He's got some fairly good damage abilities and fairly good,
Prepare to strike. Now.
what's the word? Goodness. Moving across the map fairly fast. One thing that I learned somewhat recently is they all have a sort of dash. You just have to press the forward arrow twice or back arrow twice, and it'll do some bit of a dash. It's a lot harder on joystick. I would definitely recommend only doing it on the actual arrows next to your joystick. It is on max, so I will do the super ability now. If I can remember how to do it. There we go. It summons both his arms, and then, yeah, this was good. That's a good one. I love that one a lot. That's the fancier version of his ability. It freaked me out the first time I figured it out. Okay, there we go. We'll do the basic version now. In this one, you'll like do a summon charge, and then you'll go over to him, and it'll do that. You can do it, I think, 3 times max before it stops charging. He's got some goofy abilities. I guess we'll do... We can do 12 next, just so I can show you the in-air ability. It looks complicated when you look at it, yeah? It looks terrifying. But once you break it down, it's really not that hard. Yeah, we're gonna do X flat. It's the in-air ability. It's fairly rewarding if you can get it right. It takes me a few tries, though. I have been able to get it in actual matches. This is 12's special skin. It's gold. He has an orange one, which is yellowish orange one, which is very similar. Now, something that's very important about 12, like his only saving grace, will be his ability to fly. You're going to press jump and then the dash. This is a very important ability to know about 12 because you can do a couple combos with it. So you can do jump, that, and then hard punch, which will do that scissor thing. Just jump followed by hard kick will be a good one. This sort of spike in the air one. You can see he does very little damage. But that's one of his really, really good things about 12 is his mobility through the air specifically. And then if combined with his invisibility taunt, it just teleports. It's really good. Good thing to know about 12 is his down ability, his down hard kick ability. Looks like that, and it's really easy to spam it on somebody. So try not to do that, because that's infuriating. Let me see if I can get his in-air ability before this thing runs out. He's a very specific distance for it. Oh, there we go. Oh, brah. Give me a second. It's a very specific distance you have to measure before any attack on that ability, because it's really depressing when you get the distance wrong. It's going to be around 3-ish people distance. You got to make sure you get the distance right. Otherwise, you get a depressing thing like that happening. There we go, there we go. I think I'd rather get him towards the middle so you can see the whole ability instead of it being all up against the wall. It'll be around there-ish, I believe. There we go! Look at that! 18 hits. 18. It's a good one. Now, regarding his basic abilities, you've got that one and that one. You can do this one in the air. That one is really fun to do in the air, not gonna lie. Now, if you're looking at the actual abilities themselves, it's all scooping abilities. All of his abilities are just scoop. NDL will be that forward one that you saw where I kind of dug through the ground. That one's a good one for long distance because... Wait, sorry. Specials. Yeah, no. He really does little to no damage. His best ability is definitely his X-Copy ability, which is kind of depressing that his best ability is not being him. He's really definitely the worst character. He's my favorite just because I used to play him a lot and I just really like him for whatever reason, but he's definitely the worst character in the whole game. He does no damage and he gets stunned super easily. He's just really good for spamming, I'd say. We can do Ibuki next, just cover a few things, or we can do Q. We just did a fairly fast character. I think we're going to go Q. Now, we're going to do this one. This one's a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie. It's not his best ability. I would say his best ability is the... I forget what it's called. Critical combo, I believe. The second one. It does a lot of damage and it's good for stun. This is Q's... one of his Q's skins. If you press circle, you get the red one. Q's abilities are fairly good. If you... Here, I'll just show them to you. Now, first one is the dashing head attack. He can also do the same thing with leg. Pretty much, it's just walk backwards for a minute, forward, then punch, or forward, then kick. They're really good. I like to tease siblings with this one. Boom. Or walk back. Forward punch. They're real good. Now, I want to show you some. We're going to do light punch. You see how little it does to Q? Now we're going to do medium punch, a little more, and then hard punch. Now, if Q does his taunt 3 times max, it'll reduce the damage he takes his light punch. Do you see how little that did? Even the hard punch and medium punch do, like, nothing. It reduces the damage, I would say, by 3 out of... 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. It really does reduce his damage, though. That one is a good for getting ready for something else. The thing about Q is he high damage, but also super slow. Super slow. Super floaty, jumps, super slow. Another one of his abilities will be the high-speed barrage. It's down, scoop, back, punch. That one's a lot of fun. Now, the thing you need to know about just about most of... Okay, so you see this EX next to the thing? It means you can use your super art charge to make the ability do more damage. Pretty much you just do that by pressing both punches or both kicks, depending on which ability it is. So for high-speed barrage... Sorry, not that. We'll wait for the next round. For high-speed barrage, if you do the EX version properly, it'll flash yellow and you'll just do more damage, or it'll do it longer. Yeah, so that's the EX version. It uses up some of your supercharge, but it does more damage. Now, for Q's super ability, that's what we're here for, I believe. It's the most complicated one. It looks like the most complicated. It really is not that complicated. For Total Destruction, it'll just be the basic to start it. And then after that, you can choose whether to do Total Destruction Activate or Total Destruction Danger. They're not that much different. For Total Destruction itself, to start it, you'll just do basic forward scoop, punch to activate it. He'll then start flashing like this. You'll just go up to them, do 1 forward scoop and punch, and then boom. Or you can do 1 forward scoop and kick, and it'll do somewhat the same thing. But it does a lot of damage. Here, we'll just get rid of him and start a new match. But pretty much, it's just a basic super followed by a forward scoop punch. That is the basic, like, Hadouken ability. That's what it ends up being called the forward scoop punch is just called the Hadouken stuff. For his second one, forward scoop kick, it's pretty much the same thing except he grabs onto you instead of throwing himself at you. Yeah, he pretty much just explodes. For Ibuki's ability, she's got some very good high-speed abilities. We're gonna go through her real quick. This one, all of the inner abilities are fairly simple. They just look complicated when you first look at them. We'll go through Ibuki next, since she's definitely one of my favorites. This is her special recolor. It's going to be gold with some black wrappings. We can go through her abilities one at a time. First will be Kunai. This one looks complicated. It's just Hadouken, but in the air. Okay? It's just Hadouken, but in the air. Boom. Depending on which punch you choose, it'll change the distance of it. This is light punch. This is medium punch. This is hard punch. Next up will be Raida. This one's here. This one you need to be up close for. It's a fun one though. You just rocket uppercut their armpit, pretty much. And it does a fairly good bit of damage. Kazekiri will be next. It's sort of a Z motion, followed by a kick. It's an uppercut sort of ability, but with your kick. Special moves. Next will be Tsumuji. Now that one looks complicated. It's just showing you the different ways you can do it. It'll just be forward scoop back, followed by kick. The second version is forward scoop back, followed by kick, but then you go down at the last one. You kind of go to squat while you're doing it, and it'll trip them at the last one. Next up, Hein. It's going to be the same sort of Z, but instead of doing forward, you're going to do it back. It's kind of confusing to do that. It takes me a few tries sometimes. But pretty much you just jump over to them and then kick them in it. Sorry, sometimes I'm going to accidentally activate a different one. But pretty much, I very rarely use this one. I don't actually think it's that helpful compared to some of the other ones. But it is kind of fun to see it. Next will be Kasumi Gake. This one you're going to be a forward scoop kick. It's a teleport ability. You can't do it backwards because you're going to do that, but you can cover long distances fairly quickly. Her dash also looks a bit like a teleport. It's just spamming the back or forward arrow. She's got some very good distance covering abilities. I don't know if I covered it. Gubiori. Yeah, okay, so this one's good. This one's real good. Look at that. Dude, so simple. It's just gonna be the, what's it called? The Hadouken ability. This one also has an EX version, which looks absolutely amazing. So remember, for EX, on any ability, you're just gonna press both the punches or both the kicks, depending on which ability. I did not click it properly, but we will get it next time. Give me a second. For her EX, pretty much, she ends up, twisting his neck like 3 times. 3 or 4 times, I can't remember. But he just flies into the air. Let's do that again. And then we'll do her super ability. Her super ability, this one, the in-air one, is just a bunch of the shurikens. Just a ton of them. Just spamming them. Here, let's see. Go through a couple of the basic abilities. Oh, so right there, you see if you do a normal punch, it does that. If you click it twice, it'll do that. Let's do the super ability actually while we're at it. It'll just be the same thing. You quickly flip the in-air and then follow with the forward scoop, forward scoop. I would not attempt to do an in-air one unless you can easily do a basic one. which will look like that. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. For her on the ground, she can... It's a little confusing. I haven't quite figured out how to do it. It's pretty much just going to be forward scoop followed by forward scoop, punch. We'll do that little twist. It's really good for going over people, actually. If I can get it to work. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Anyways, super ability. It's not amazing, but it's okay. And it's also hard to get stopped by someone when you're doing that one. Let's do the AX version of that one. Yeah, it's fun. Ugh. Now, something you may have noticed, may have not, something I definitely did notice, and it took me hours to figure out what was going on. If you go through the maps, you'll see every character has a map. But if you go to the very end, you'll see Secret Society Headquarters, question mark, followed by the name Gil. Who the frick is Gil, you ask? I didn't know either. Pretty much, he's a secret character you can unlock if you had the original arcade game or if you have it on PC. He is not unlockable on console. There are some glitches, but they may or may not mess up the console itself, so I wouldn't try them. He would have ended up looking like a dude with long gold hair, half red on one side of his face, half blue on the other side of his, well, his whole body is split in half, red and blue. I think lastly, before I end the stream, we'll go, probably Urine. I don't think I've done him yet. No, I haven't. I think I'll go Urine. We'll just do Tyrant Slaughter, fairly basic ability. We can go through all of his abilities, actually, just as a finishing thing. This is one of his recolors. It's probably the most boring one. It's just kind of yellowish. His abilities are just fairly hold one direction, other direction. Now, he does have a Hadouken type ability. It's called Metallic Sphere. It does more damage if you hold it, so it's going to be forward, scoop, hold, punch. It has a couple different directions you can aim, though. So hard punch will aim up, medium punch will aim kind of up, and light punch will aim forward. Holding it, just holding the punch, and then it'll let go on itself, it'll do more damage. It doesn't do a ton, but it does a little. It does enough. It also kind of stuns them for a few moments while they're electrocuted. Next will be Chariot Tackle. This one's a good one. This one's kind of like Q's ability. It's going to be hold back, forward, punch, kick. It's a good one. I love using this one. Next will be Violence Knee Drop. It's going to be holding down, up, kick. That one is so entertaining. My goodness. I love the sort of abilities that fly across the map. Especially with such a tanky character, being able to have an ability that you just... so fast. It's good. I really like the Violence Knee Drop ability. It's good for distance coverage. Next, we'll do Dangerous Headbutt. It's the same thing, but instead of kick, you're going to do punch. It's more up close, though. You can see, very up close. It does, in fact, knock him down, though. Next will be, he's got a very small amount of abilities, but all of them have EX versions. For his abilities, we're going to do Tyrant Slaughter. Fairly simple. He kind of just pummels at them. It does a good bit of damage too. We'll switch to his other supers next. Give me a second. Temporal Thunder is the second one. I would say I either use Aegis Reflector or... I would say I use Aegis Reflector probably the most because of this cool corner thing you can do. Anyways, let's charge it up. Yeah, I was saying earlier, some characters have a standstill grab ability, and grab is just gonna be light kick, like light punch at the same time. Standstill grab will look like that, and then if he's walking forward while doing the grab, it'll look like that. You can also do it backwards by walking forward, quickly moving back, and then doing the grab. Sometimes it will be a pain in the butt, though. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. Yeah, it'll flip him around. Let's do Temporal Thunder. It's just going to be a massive version of the initial electric ability. The closer up you do that one, the better. It does less damage the further away it is. His basic abilities are kind of interesting. His hard kick is actually much better for in air than you'd think. Let me see. Let's do the last one. I'll also show you the Gil map while we're at it. It's not that interesting. On other ones of the game versions, the Gil map looks a little more interesting, but this is okay. Lastly, let's do Aegis Reflector. Yeah, I tend to use Tyrant Slaughter or Aegis Reflector. Aegis Reflector is good for a corner setup ability. I really like to use it. It's kind of hard to set up, though, if you're not good at cornering somebody. Now, to properly do the Aegis Reflector corner setup, pretty much you're gonna want them to be around 1 to 2 people away from the corner. Give me a second. Moving back. That'll be okay distance, I suppose. But pretty much, you're gonna do the Aegis Reflector, which is gonna pretty much set up this wall. You're gonna jump over it and push them into it while you punch them. It's not fun to deal with, that's for sure. Here, I'll do the other one too. Okay. Sometimes it's kind of a pain to get them away from the wall. Sometimes you can just stick the Aegis Reflector at them while they're in the wall. It's kind of entertaining. The second version will actually block them from above. It's less helpful. It's more of a, we have a 12 coming at me. And it's more of a quick block sort of thing than an actual super if you're using the in-air. The in-air is just going to be pressing both punches at the same time instead of just one punch. Give me a second. Oh, so for his super, I cannot remember what it charges, but I know it charges something. But I do know that it can charge my super, so I will do that instead of hitting him, because I'd rather not. There we go. Yeah. We'll do the... Just want to make sure I don't accidentally back him into the wall too far. He's a very defensive character. Yes. Fairly, but... Yeah, I would say fairly. He's fairly defensive. Very good charge and then attack type character. Now. Set up the Aegis pin. It's really entertaining to get somebody in an Aegis pin. That metallic ability does very little damage, but it does give them a very light stun. Anyways, we're gonna finish with that one. I'm gonna get off for now. We'll do some more probably tomorrow. Ugh. No. I think tomorrow I'll show the... Thank you! Tomorrow I think I'll show some of the other maps and their characters and their abilities. Or we can continue going through Third Strike characters. Anyways, thank you. And goodbye.